Hey, how you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. I'm doing another What You Reading live because I'm home. I got some time off. I've been reading a lot of comics, and I figured this is a fun experiment to do. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can see that the link is in the chat. You could click on that and join me and talk about what you're reading. I will go as long as or as short as the need arises. So, again, I'm just talking about what I've been reading. I've been reading a lot of comics lately, which is just awesome. So this is girls Victorian Secrets. Uh, I, I I bought one of these on a whim, and I absolutely loved it. And the second issue never came out, but I see that there's a whole bunch of them. So this is Masquerade. Um, I don't know, man. I'm liking this a lot more than I thought. I didn't think I was going to like. Well, I don't like steampunk. I don't dislike it. I don't like it. I'm ambivalent about it. So for steampunk to work, it has to have a good story, and this art is outstanding. A couple of them are just like bathing suit issues, Victorian secret, like uh, you know, good girl art. But these two are the latest ones. I don't think I have them all yet. I think I have like four of these Victorian secrets. They all came and they all went. I guess they didn't sell too well, but I really like this. Girls of Summer and Masquerade. I think they're one shots. These were excellent. Good story building, but it ultimately went nowhere. I missed it when it came out. Okay, here's Madman and the Jam, Madman and the Jam, and then Madman and the Jam Part 2. So this is Mike Allred and Bernie Moreau, Dark Horse Comics. Um, uh, Madman gets pulled by a woman trapped in like an MC Escher nightmare, and the Jam goes to help him because he basically wants to get experience points. I always think of comic books in like role playing terms. It's all right. I'm not a fan of the Jam. He's just like the ultimate slacker superhero. He's a superhero because he's bored, and he has like dubious morals. Like he keeps money that he finds. Just taking a sip of coffee. I don't know. I just found him to be like a pretty detestable guy. I like Frank Einstein, the Madman, and I love Mike Allred's art, who will be coming on my channel next month. Wrong Earth. I was missing this issue. Just wonderful art. Just wonderful superhero comics. I love the premise of this. There's the Silver Age Earth, and then there's the Bronze Age Earth, or actually the Modern Age Earth. And Dragonfly Man is campy. Like his world is like a Silver Age. Actually, it's more like the Silver Age and the Modern Age, to be honest. And it's all campy, like Adam West. And then here is the modern one. It's all grim and gritty, like Frank Miller. And they get stranded on each other's Earths. And it's and this is formerly a supervillain. She becomes Lady Dragonfly Man. This is the Stinger. This is his new Stinger. Their psychic. This is his psychic, and this is the future. From like beyond. It's actually really good. Jamal Igle, as much as a screaming SJW that he really is an excellent comic book artist. I'm just gathering all of these because this is all one series, and I'll put them in a pile. How you doing? I got 3 people watching. How's it look? How's it sound? And the link is in the chat if you want to pop in and talk with me. So this is Tim Seeley's. Hey, Nick, how you doing? How you doing, Nick? The link is in the chat if you want to pop in, Nick, and we'll talk. This is Local Man. This is by Image Comics. This is by Tim Seeley. I first try to deal away with this glare, but it looks like it ain't happening. I heard of Tim Seeley. I've been a fan of his. Geez, Hack and Slash. I've been getting Hack and Slash for, I don't know, since the early days of Hack and Slash. And it shows you how many comics I was buying. I got all of Revival, and I really loved it. I forgot it was Tim Seeley until he was talking about it on Thread. And I've been talking about getting Tim Seeley on this channel. He just has COVID right now. So this is an interesting premise. This is Crossjack, and he's a 90s extreme Image superhero. I mean, literally like an Image superhero. Here's the team up here, and he got kicked off the team, and it's now modern day, and he's kind of like he was. This is Camo Crusader, this stereotypical right wing super religious, of course, bad guy, because if you're religious, you have to be bad. And this is his hot, sexy uh, wife, and they end up sleeping together. So he gets kicked out off the team in disgrace, and everybody loves Camo Crusader. They don't realize that he's a murderous hypocrite because, again, religious people have to be bad when you're comp. So this is him in the 90s, and this is him now. So now he's not legally allowed to do any superhero and detective work or whatever. So he puts on a mask, and they call him Local Man. It's actually a really good comic. All right, here's issue number 2. And what I like about it, I'll show you, one of these comics doesn't have a bag. It's a flip comic. So here he is, Local Man, Local Man. This is my favorite issue. This Frightmare is her. She's one of the bad guys. She's like possessed by this fright being, and it's like she's a drug addict. She's like trying to suppress her urges to release this being, and she's going through like a 12-step. It's actually really good. Okay, so this is Neon. It's funny because she absorbs light through her skin, so she has to expose as much skin as possible, and then it flips over. So you can see, like, this is the set in the modern day. This is back in his hometown. This is his high school girlfriend's husband, the local sheriff, and he's not allowed to. And his dog is always following him around, so he's always like hampered by the dog, which is a dog. And then this is more 90s style artwork and coloring. It's actually pretty good. Here they are stranded on another planet. So the modern story is more ground down to earth, literally down to earth. And then the 90s story is just, spaceships and giant monsters and superheroes. It's a lot of fun. It's just a Camo Crusader. It's just like the easiest, most. The religious guy's bad. It's such a trope. Here's another one, and there's multiple covers. I only get the A cover. So this is Camo Crusaders. He trying to form a team of, like, the next generation of heroes, and they didn't pass his religious upbringing, so he's keeping them in cryo storage. I'm giving away too much, I just realized. And then here's him being transported. So again, one side is just the modern day regular artwork, the serial killer over here, and then the other side is 90s extreme, with lesbians and then outrageous teens, and it's fun. I do like it. I do recommend it if you can get past the obviously stereotypical tropes of the religious guy's the bad guy, and here looks like the 90s. It's fun. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, I'm just reaching over. Or what you're reading. Just finally read Private American. I have an unfortunate problem of buying too many comic books, and I put them over here in my to read pile, and then I buy other comics and I put on top of them. So I couldn't find Private American. I was like, I knew I bought it, and it got lost in the shuffle. Well, I finally found it. And read it. Mike Baron, Private American. He's oh, and then I've been rereading these books of magic, Vertigo. These came out. I got them at the time. I missed a few issues. These stick. I think it just reused the bags because I got these when they came out. Beautiful artwork, Mike Kaluta artwork. It's Tim Hunter from the Books of Magic. He's basically Harry Potter. He's you're a wizard, Timmy, and he's Tim Hunter. And then there was that Books of Magic 4-issue series that came out. And that was such a big deal by Neil Gaiman. And then they did a series of it. The problem is, I don't remember. This is actually my third reread, and it's as if I'm reading it for the first time. It's got the typical British problem of, like, no continuity. Like, it's almost like each issue is opening the egg for the first time. Like this character, Leia, she's a succubus who lives next door and is trying to seduce Tim. But Tim is such like a wholesome, good character that he actually converts her. So she's this like fallen angel, becomes a succubus, drinks blood and everything like that. And she's honestly willing to convert and be a good person because she just fell in love with how wholesome and nice Tim is. He's vastly powerful. and he just wants to help people and doesn't want to abuse his power, that she's like ashamed and she's like trying to aspire to go back to her angelic roots, which is a great story. And then she just disappears. She's just gone. This is a mermaid that they rescued. This is, he summons a storm to rescue the mermaid, and then you don't see her anymore. She's just gone. It's really, it's so British. It's like Doctor Who. They just, well, John Nate, I think he's also British. Here he is, traveling through the American West. You know, Cowboys are bad, Indians are good. That's what we learned from this story. And this is Molly. She's a fascinating character. This is his actual girlfriend. We got Abrax in here. The original 4 issues of Book of Magic were some of my favorites. Yeah, they were really good. I really liked how the first issue was setting up the past. The second issue was the present, past, present, and future, and then tying it all together. 4 books. It was really good series. And Nick X says hello. How you doing, Nick? He's the artist on Crom the Destroyer from RJ. And again, the link is right here. If you click on this, you could join me. If you're internet capable, web capable, or whatever. So this is Molly Riley. This would be like the Hermione character, the analog. And she's a little Irish girl. She lives on the other side of the house. Of course, Leia the succubus can't stand her because that's his rival. And that's one of the things is Tim is like loyal to her, and they're like little kids. And she keeps trying to seduce him, and then finally she changes herself to look like Molly, and Tim flips out. So like they kind of had a falling out. So that's probably why she left, but they didn't really explicitly say that. But anyway, she got trapped into fairyland, and she's just this fiery Irish person, and she's got like mental problems, so she's running out of her medicine, so she doesn't trust her senses, and she gets cursed by Titana. And then I have 2 copies of that for whatever reason. Here she is over here. She has this curse of flame. Whatever, she can't touch anything without burning it down. So of course she uses it to burn down the kingdom of fairy. Here's Titana over here. She's just like, come on, guys. You all know a stubborn Irishman. Oh, the Dead Crew. I got the other issue on Fund My Comic, and I absolutely loved it. So I had to get the only other issue, 1992, and then last year. So would it come out every 40 years? Here he is. He's trapped, and he learns the truth about Fairyland. I won't ruin it because it's a spoiler. Just wonderful covers. Wonderful covers. Oh, I got 2 of them. The Lords of Hell come into Fairyland. Just as Titana's about to go to war with Molly. Just good. A little one-shot issue that just, hey, Haldir, how you doing? How you doing, Haldir? Little one-shot issue revisiting characters that he saw. This is issue 39. This is a good little one-shot issue. Issue 40, the conclusion to Molly in Fairyland story. And then the bizarre thing, issue 28. I was missing it, so I had to rebuy this. I'm using another bag, so I had to go out and get a copy of this because I was the whole series I was missing it, and that was the issue where Molly gets cursed. So I was always like, when did that happen? And it happened in an issue that I didn't have. I already read this, but it's right here, so I might as well show it off. This is Graham Nolan's wonderful comic, Monster Island. I just really, really like this. Graham Nolan is just such a master. And then there's the Ghost of Macumba Bay, part of the Monsterverse, and this ties it all together. There's like a little after credit scene. And then Mark Polton and Graves, Writhe in Pain. She's a witch. That's her dad. And they're going out and fighting witches. Look at all this stickers, everything, crowdfunded comic. So there you go. That's 14 minutes of what you're reading. Nobody popped in, so I will filibuster for a minute. And if anybody wants to pop in and say anything, be my guest. And if that's it, then forever hold your peace. We will be done. All right. Looks like nobody wants to pop in. Nobody wants to say anything. So that was today's What You're Reading. I'll see you with another video. Tomorrow, I got Don. Wednesday, I got John Delarose. And Friday, I got nobody. All right. So I'll see you. Bye-bye.